Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Coloritaville. This is Donna, and today I have the 96 Graphite B brush and fine liner markers. Yes, I did a thing. After my review of the 12 count, I already knew that I really loved these, and I received a coupon actually there was a site-wide sale over on Marker Universe, and I bought the full set. So I want to share them with you guys today so you can see the full set of those. Try to bear with me. I'm having a few little technical issues going on with my equipment, and I can't quite figure it out. But it appears that everything looks okay in here, even though it doesn't really look okay over on my other screen that I use to control everything. So I'm just going to run with it and hope for the best. I've worked with it all morning. Okay, with that being said, let's dive in. Let's look at these babies. They actually come in a storage tower that you can just sit on your desk. That way you can keep them all in nice color order, so you can grab whatever marker when you need it. And here is the 96 of those in the case, laying flat on its back. So I suppose you could put it flat on its back if you wanted to. But, of course, generally with our dual end markers, the rule of thumb is to store them horizontally. And this case will allow you to do that on your desk or shelf or wherever you would like those stored. So I'm going to move this back here. And for those of you who may not have already saw the review of the 12, the Graphite B markers is very unique in my opinion, because you have your brush on one end, and then on the other end, you have a fine liner. I had a few people who had commented and said that brands such as Prismacolor markers had the fine tip in. Yes, they do. They have a very nice fine tip with a brush, but what makes these specifically unique, in my opinion, is this isn't just a fine tip. This is a fine liner, like you would find on let's say your Sharpies or your Bics. The ultra fine is what that is, where it's got the metal tip and then the nib there. And that makes it, to me, that made these very, very unique. I've never seen an alcohol marker like that. So I just immediately thought, how great would it be to have these standing, even if you didn't color with them all the time, to have them standing by for when you did do colorings that had really super intricate, small, fine details that needed to be done. This would be so perfect for that. And I did find out, looking over on Graphite B, on Graphite's actual website, I did know that these can be bought individually, so you can get replacement markers. But I just read over on Graphite's site, they are introducing refills for their full marker line. Those are going to be coming out soon, so that makes it even more amazing. On these markers on the ends, you have your color number, which tells you what the number of the color is. And then on the back, there is a sticker that gives you further information. It tells you that this is 5220 and that this is the 5220 here, and that this is tomato is the color for this particular marker. So I like that. On the Graphite B's, there is a gray line around the lid that shows you which end is this really fine liner tip end, and then it's clearly marked also in images, and your brush is the opposite end. So when if you have several of the markers out and you're grabbing, you know which end is which. So that's really neat. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to swatch these babies out on camera so we can see that. And my intent is going to be to speed up the film during the swatching so we can get to the end, and then I'll give you my final thoughts and things like that on the markers. So without further ado, let's start swatching these beautiful markers, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Okay? All right, let's do this. Okay, so there we go. That is the 96 Graphite B brush marker set. I think that the nibs are definitely very soft. They're very flexible. I like that a lot. They are super juicy, as you guys could tell. This is actually a chart page out of Radu Frazie's um, Swatch book that he came out with a while back. It is very thin paper. So as you could see, when I was putting this down, it was kind of spreading a little. That'll tell you that it is a super, super juicy marker. I still absolutely love the idea of having these super fine line tips on the other end. I think that is going to be perfect for when I especially do excuse me, I like to do mandalas, and sometimes I like my mandalas to be very intricate, and a lot of times I kind of shy away from that because of the fact that, I think mandalas do great with markers, and then when you go in with the markers, it's really hard with a brush nib or even a regular fine nib to get into those really intricate spots. And I think where this is going to come in great, because in the past, if I really needed a small part, I would kind of turn to fine liners, water-based fine liners, but you have to be super careful with those because if they get too much in one area, it peels the paper. So I think this is going to be awesome. I do like that it has a decent range of purples. That's something that's kind of hard to find sometimes in markers. And I think that there's some very pretty blues here. And it continues here, and you have your green blues, your blue greens, which I really like. And I think that you have a nice selection of greens. You have a fair selection of yellows, and on your orange and red oranges. I would maybe like to see a couple more here. Maybe do away with a few of the grays, but I know that there are some people who absolutely love their grays. So, there's that. I think there's a good range of skin tones here that could be used for skin tones in like this area here. And then there's some pretty nice pinks, and there's some decent reds here. Maybe a few more reds might even be called for. But I definitely like having the good range of purples there. Of course, you pretty well have a full line of grays. You have your cool grays 0 through 8, your warm grays 0 through 8, neutral grays 0 through 8. Then you have a special black, a black, and your colorless blender. So I do think that this is a good range of colors for everyone. I do believe these markers are truly based towards graph type work and things like that. So if that be the case, then it does make sense to have a nice grayscale range. And, the more I color and get in, the longer I color, the more I'm beginning to see where the importance is in the gray scales. So, yeah, I'm starting to use more grays myself. So, okay, I think that this is an amazing set of markers. They are pricey. I know that there was a few comments when I did the 12 pack about the prices for those. And yes, these are not budget friendly at all. The markers do run about $3 to $4 each. If you buy them individually, you may be able to find them in the $2 to $3 range. I'll look around and try to find some good prices on that. But as far as, if you want a few of the markers, that you see colors that you like, I think that's really good. But if you're going to go in and buy like a 12 or a 24 set, it is pretty pricey. And it almost gets to the point where instead of buying a couple 12s or a couple 24s, you are better off to just go in and buy the full set of markers. So that is what I noticed. But I think it's really awesome that they are going to be offering refills as time goes on. I would like to see them expand their color line, and truly, I hope that over time, maybe even the price goes down. I was really loving some of these names of these markers, such as Paprika, Autumn, Keiko, organza. Let's see, quartz rose. What was some of the others that popped out to me? There was a couple others that I was like, ooh. Oh, chlorophyll. That was one. Wasabi. Those are colors, or those are names that I've really never seen on markers before. So I really think they took some time to come up with some of these names. And I love that too. Just a little something unique that's there. So yeah, thanks so much, guys. There'll be links down in the description to Graphit as well as Marker Universe, and to any links I can find to the Graphit B brush markers as well. And I'll try to go ahead and link also to this Redo Phrasey. This is actually a smaller book. I took 2 pages out of the book and taped them together because it was going to be a perfect 96. And then I'll tuck this away inside of a protector, so I'll have my full swatch there. So I'll try to remember to link also to the Reduced Phrasey book, since I did use it in the video. So thanks so much, guys, for coming today and participating with me and just hanging out while I swatched all of these beautiful markers. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with your friends, leave me a comment to let me know that you are here. And until next time, guys, peace, love, and happy coloring. Bye, guys.